Yeah. At this point, it's over. That whole Sky Barbie thing, that thing is over. Angel Reese is done in Chicago. They're going to move on. They have to. With what Courtney Vandersloot just came back and said, Courtney Vandersloot just smoked Angel Reese. And you know who else is going in on Angel Reese? You got Nightcap with Unk and Ocho, Shannon Sharp and Chad Johnson going in on this Angel Reese situation. She didn't think it was going to go this way. This went all the way in left field. Welcome to Keep the Vision. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe.
If you're going to go at a legend, you better not miss. As we know, Angel Reese come out this week. She absolutely crushed her own teammates into the dust. And she even decided to go after a legend, the legendary Courtney Vandersloot, who, of course, blew out her ACL at the beginning of the season, and she is in the midst of making a comeback. And, of course, Angel Reese made some comments that were none too kind to a legend.
With the Sky. She's won a championship with the Liberty. And I mean this when I say this, Jeff Pagliocca does not give two fucks about the star power of Angel Reese. As well as that, it's not like a Caitlin Clark star power where having Angel Reese on your team instantly improves your city's economy. Having Caitlin Clark on your team improves your city's economy. Having Angel Reese on your team doesn't do any of that. It does not do any of that. However, this Courtney Vandersloot is someone that Angel Reese has. She was the one player Angel Reese name dropped in her thing about basically saying she's not good. She's not going to be good enough.
The Chicago Sky's 2025 season has been nothing short of a circus. But even in a year full of drama, nobody saw this bombshell coming. Angel Reese didn't just talk about opponents after the game. She aimed her fire straight at one of the most respected legends the league has ever seen. What should have been a routine post-game interview, a chance to regroup, breathe, and focus, exploded into chaos.
Girl, what are you smoking? How is this going to work when she can't even sell herself? I mean, the NBA will be lucky if they even last that much longer. That's the point we're at. And who's to say Angel Reese will even be on a team in that long too? Like, this girl always will find some way to complain or feel that she's deprived of whatever right it may be. Nobody likes angels, Dawn. Just get it through your head. And people are gonna say, well, she's beautiful. Girl, if that is all you have for your people to back you up on, you know you're doing something wrong. Regardless of what I think, girl, do not rely on that for your whole personality.
Instead of talking progress or showing accountability, Reese, just in her second season, turned the spotlight into a public takedown of Courtney Vandersloot, a 5-time All-Star, 2-time WNBA champion, and second on the all-time assist list. The audacity had fans gasping. That shocking moment has now become the defining snapshot of Chicago's season.
Angel Reese will be lucky if she has a third of the career that Courtney Vandersloot has had. And by the way, this has only been out maybe an hour, and I'm seeing responses from Angel Reese fans. They are some of the ugliest, nastiest, ghetto thug responses. I'm going to keep it real. Responses I've ever seen in my life. People have calling her Courtney a bitch, a hoe. I mean, I shit you not. That's the level of response Angel Reese fans have given this NBA legend.
It wasn't just another headline. It completely rewrote the story of a locker room already split apart. Fans are buzzing, teammates are side-eyeing, and even retired legends are chiming in. And nearly everyone agrees this mess might be the biggest self-inflicted wound the Sky have ever seen. The boldness was shocking, and the aftermath, brutal. Angel Reese didn't just throw shade, she practically tried to bury Courtney Vandersloot's career in front of the cameras. Reese questioned whether Vandersloot, now 36 and clawing her way back from a torn ACL, could even return to form at this stage. And let's be clear, this wasn't wrapped up as concern, and it sure wasn't respectful. It came across as a straight-up attack, a cold dismissal of a player whose resume already makes her untouchable in WNBA history.
Doesn't touch the floor. Doesn't play in the first half, doesn't play in the second half. Oh, this is interesting. Did Tyler Marsh just say, you know what? Angel, I like the group that we have in right now. We don't need you. We're playing well. I don't know. Does Angel Reese throw a hissy fit in the locker room? Says, no, I'm not playing. Kinda did that. Maybe not that exact, but she went about not playing. Yep, instead of coming to help her teammates, she would rather stick it to the Chicago Sky organization.
The irony couldn't be louder. Vandersloot has spent 16 seasons stacking achievements most athletes only dream about. She dragged Chicago to its only championship in 2021, then crossed over to New York to deliver the Liberty their long-awaited title in 2024. Meanwhile, Reese hasn't even touched a winning record. Fans can't help but point out, one player rewrote the record books, the other is still struggling to prove she belongs. The comparison wrote itself. It felt like a JV rookie looking Michael Jordan in the face and saying, "You're washed, old man." The nerve. Dismissive, outrageous, and flat-out disrespectful to the game's history. It left jaws on the floor. If there's one thing Courtney Vandersloot has proven time and time again, it's that she doesn't need to clap back with theatrics. Her legacy speaks for itself, yet this time she responded with icy precision and devastating calm.
The Chicago Sky, they might be saying to themselves, Angel Reese just isn't worth the headache that she is causing. Great rebounder. As for everything else, she's not worth the headache that she's causing. She's going to call out the organization. She's going to call out the front office. She's going to call out the teammates, throw Courtney Vandersloot under the bus. Doesn't really go over well with the organization. Doesn't really go over well with the teammates.
Contrary to what people say or think, my age is not a factor, she declared. I am coming back, and I'll come back better than ever. That's what I've always done. I've put myself in position to return and compete. Even now, the message was sharp, direct, and impossible to ignore. No need for shouting, no need for a spectacle. Vandersloot's words cut deeper because of how steady they were. For more than a decade, she's crushed doubters not with excuses, but with performance. This response was no different. The subtext practically screamed. While Reese hides behind excuses and inflated bravado, Vandersloot endures, adapts, and earns her stripes every single time she hits the hardwood. At 36, she's not begging for sympathy or faking swagger. She's grinding in silence, rehabbing with the same ruthless discipline that made her a champion. Vandersloot never built her reputation on flash or petty drama. She built it on elevating teammates, on winning when the lights burned brightest. And if her calm confidence is any clue, she's ready to do it all over again, whether Angel Reese likes it or not. When Courtney Vandersloot steps into a locker room, the energy changes instantly. She's not just a veteran presence. She's the all-time leader in playoff assists, a 7-time assist champ, and the proud holder of the single-game record with 18 dimes. That's history, stamped in stone.
She said, contrary to what people think, what people say or think, my age is actually not a factor. I am coming back. This is after Angel Reese said, yeah, Sloot is old. We need somebody young that can do this, that got some experience, but we need somebody young. She too old. I don't know if she can come back from that torn ACL. Sloot wasn't going for it. And I'm going to tell you right now, Courtney Vandersloot has won a title in Chicago, and she will not be playing with Angel Reese next year. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Before her injury this season, she was still putting up solid numbers, 10.6 points, 5.3 assists, 3.1 rebounds, all of which already outpaced Angel Reese's entire season production. The contrast couldn't be more embarrassing. Vandersloot has always made her teammates better, while Reese too often stalls the flow of the game with sloppy play. One knows basketball is about lifting others, while the other treats it like a one-woman showcase. Reese's resume tells a harsh story. Raw talent buried under inefficiency. Her 3.9 turnovers a game and shaky sub 40% shooting percentage scream inconsistency. Fans are watching, critics are tallying, and the numbers don't lie. Reese's mouth is moving a lot faster than her game can back up. That's why so many found her public jab at Vandersloot not just reckless, but flat-out offensive. A second-year player questioning a legend's credentials? To most, it wasn't just bold. It was pure disrespect. Inside Chicago's locker room, the vibe went sour fast. Reports say the tension was so thick you could feel it. crossed arms, awkward silences, and teammates throwing looks that screamed irritation, not unity. A team meeting called to fix the issue only cracked the fractures wider, with insiders whispering the damage might already be beyond repair. That's the ugly split defining Chicago right now. Angel Reese dragging the squad deeper into chaos, while Courtney Vandersloot represents the calm, professional leader the franchise so badly needs. Vandersloot isn't just a walking resume, she's the blueprint of how a point guard should run the game. Her value isn't limited to numbers, but the numbers are jaw-dropping. She holds the WNBA's record for team assist percentage at a wild 75%. When Vandersloot takes the reins, the offense flows like water. Ball movement so smooth it makes everyone around her better. That's what separates her from the rest. She doesn't just play, she elevates entire rosters into contenders. And she's done it all without theatrics or empty bravado. Her legacy is carved into history by performance alone. Every building she walks into, she commands respect. And unlike Reese, her integrity has never been questioned.
Let us recognize 5-time All-Star, 7-time assist champion, 5-time All-WNBA, 2-time WNBA champion, 2011 All-Rookie team. Angel will not have the career that Courtney Vandersloot has had. She won't. You know why? Because I don't think the league's going to tolerate her long enough. She's going to run her mouth until she just ends up jumping from team to team until she does what I think she should do right now. Quit the WNBA and go to Unrivaled and don't come back.
Meanwhile, Reese keeps adding fuel to her own fire. After being suspended for her explosive comments against Vandersloot, she suddenly popped up with a back injury, sitting out a game she was supposed to return for. Fans called it suspicious timing. Was it really an injury, or just another convenient excuse in a season where her drama keeps overshadowing her game? Observers weren't buying it. Reese's back injury excuse looked like nothing more than another dodge, another way to duck accountability. Fans saw it for what it was, a second-year player building her brand on drama while chopping down her own potential. The irony stings. While Reese clings to excuses and plays the victim, Courtney Vandersloot is grinding in silence, working toward what could be one of the most inspiring comebacks in league history. And let's be clear, history is not on Reese's side here. The WNBA has a long list of stars who bounced back from ACL injuries in their mid-30s and still made serious contributions. Vandersloot's entire game is built on vision, IQ, and craft, not just raw athleticism. That means age and injury don't erase her value the way Reese tried to claim. Her playmaking efficiency, her control of tempo, her ability to read defenses, those aren't physical gifts that fade. Those are mental weapons, sharpened by time and experience. In fact, Vandersloot might be better equipped to outlast an ACL tear than most of her peers. That's the cold truth Reese ignored when she tried to write her off.
Angel Reese is an a-hole. Straight up says she just is. And this is due to immaturity, inflated ego, people gassing her up. And I blame society, really. I blame society the most of this because it's really predictable when a young person is given all this attention, given money, and all this. But the thing is, it was predictable because we know the level of talent isn't there. Yet the media kept gassing her up. Her fans kept gassing her up.
Meanwhile, Reese's own numbers are sinking. Instead of sharpening her game, her efficiency is sliding backward. Critics are already asking the brutal question: how can someone struggling to stay afloat dare to question a legend who's still rewriting the definition of longevity? The contrast couldn't be clearer, and it couldn't be uglier for Reese. Instead of lifting her teammates, Angel Reese keeps dragging them down. Advanced stats don't lie. The Sky, already struggling, actually perform worse with her on the court. And still, in the middle of all this damning evidence, Reese chose not to face her own flaws, but to attack an injured teammate. That move didn't just sting, it exposed where Chicago really stands. The franchise has to ask, do they want their future led by a proven Hall of Fame caliber point guard who thrives on unselfish brilliance? or by a second-year player who's already divided fans, alienated teammates, and brought dysfunction to the doorstep? The answer should be obvious. Vandersloot represents consistency, sacrifice, and accountability. Reese represents volatility, excuses, and endless distractions. This whole saga was never just about age or injury. It's about respect, the most valuable currency in pro sports. And Vandersloot has earned it over and over again, through every assist, every title, every moment of leadership. Reese, on the other hand, demands respect without putting in the years of sacrifice it takes to deserve it. That's why their clash hit so hard. Like cracks spreading through glass, it revealed the truth. One player is once again gearing up to silence doubters and reclaim her place with resilience, while the other stays stuck spinning excuses, watching her credibility fade. Angel Reese might be writing her own cautionary tale before her career even takes off. As Chicago drags through yet another losing season, one thing is crystal clear. Courtney Vandersloot doesn't need to defend herself with talk. Her banners, her records, her championships, they do the speaking for her. Her quiet determination proves that greatness doesn't disappear with an injury, and true leadership doesn't weaken with age. Meanwhile, Reese barrels down a collision course with irrelevance. Her biggest mark on the league so far isn't victories, but the chaos she stirred. Fans are left wondering, how can a player so early in her journey already be known more for controversy than contributions? This season was supposed to be about resilience in the face of adversity. Instead, it's turned into a brutal study in contrasts. Vandersloot embodies professionalism, humility, and discipline, the traits that cement legends in history. Reese, on the other hand, showcases ego, excuses, and hollow bravado, the very traits that kill potential before it ever blossoms. And now, the Chicago Sky are staring down a defining choice. Build around character or gamble on noise. Trust in the proven greatness of history or double down on a player drowning in self-made controversy. That decision won't just shape the rest of this season, it could define the franchise's entire future. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video, and we'll see you on the next one.